What have we been learning? We've been learning that computers run on electricity, that electricity has two discrete states, on or off, that if we have a light bulb or a circuit or a switch, a single one, then that single light bulb or circuit or switch can store two messages, right? It can receive the input, it can store it, and can produce that output. It can be checked to see if it's in an on or off state. And that single light bulb or circuit or switch can store two messages. And if we had three of them, it could store eight messages. And then we could create our own coding schemes to represent what the different combinations of on or off mean. So if all the light bulbs were off, if I had three light bulbs and they're all off, it could mean this. If they're all on, it could mean that. So that's what we're learning. And to build on this one step further, instead of writing off, 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 on, we could write a shorthand notation, and we could allow 0 to stand for off, and we could allow 1 to stand for on. So I could just write it like this, where that is off and off and off, and this is on and on and on. And hopefully right now there's a little light bulb going on inside your head, because often we have seen with computers, right, that zeros and ones are associated with them. And maybe you wondered, what does all that digital 0 and 1 stuff mean, right? Like I see all these zeros and ones associated with computers, but what exactly does that mean? Well, now you know. Now you know. Those little zeros and ones represent either on or off. That's it, right? So if we have these three combinations of switches in this off, off, off state, according to this coding scheme I've created, it could represent runaway. I could also use a different coding scheme, just arbitrarily create a coding scheme for letters of the alphabet. And then that starts to get cool because now I can start to store and convey things using text. So using this coding scheme over here on the left, right, what message am I conveying right here? Like what letter does that translate to? So I look here 0, 0, 1 or off, off, on. And I come over here, off, off, on is B. So I enter the letter B there, right? So pause this video now and figure out what the rest of, these letters are that I'm conveying with these different circuits or switches in these on-off states. And once you've done that, turn the video back on. Okay, I guess you figured that all out, that I spelled out bad cab. It was the best I could come up with using only 8 letters of the alphabet, these first 8 letters of the alphabet. But hopefully now you're starting to see how by using electricity and using circuits or switches and certain combinations of on or off, and by creating our own coding schemes, we could start to create a machine that is able to store, receive input, store that input, and produce output. So we could store different, basically electrical impulses in on or off states to represent letters of the alphabet or, messages or, pictures or video or anything. I mean, this is how computers all work. And this is why when you see, things related to technology, you'll often see zeros and ones associated with them. You'll often see zeros and ones associated with them. So those are the foundations. This is the foundation. These key things right here are the foundations of how computers work.